Good morning, everybody. Thank you for joining us. This is the Social Security Talk podcast series. I am Marc Kiner, the guy on your left. At least I think I'm on your left. And if you can't really see us, because some of you may be watching our podcast, listening to our podcast, not watching it, I'm the guy talking right now. Anyway, my name is Marc Kiner. I am the co-founder of the National Social Security Advisor Certificate Program. So far, 2,600 advisors across the country have earned our certificate so far. I'm really excited today to have Paul McGillivray. Paul, excuse me if I screwed up your name, but I did my best.
Thank you, Marc. McGillivray.
Paul is with M&O Marketing, located in a suburb of Detroit, Michigan, and he's with a company that's been around for about 50 years, M&O Marketing. I've known Paul. I think I've known you. I'm going to say 5 to 7 years, maybe longer. We've always talked about our class, talked about your FMO. Do you think I'm about right on that time frame?
Yes, and it's possible. We first bounced off each other in my former life, also in the marketing company world, just because you've cut a pretty high profile with your certification.
Yeah, we've been around since 2010, Premier Social Security Consulting, and we evolved to an education company in 2013 when we established the National Social Security Advisor Certificate Program. Paul is is the Director of Annuity Marketing with M&O Marketing. So, Paul, tell us about yourself and tell us about M&O Marketing.
Like many of us old annuity dogs, we started in the career life insurance business once upon a time. And at some point, as the annuity brokerage business grew up and got outside of the stock brokerage world, some of us life people thought annuities are a lot more fun and they didn't involve any underwriting at all. And so I've been doing the annuity marketing thing about 30 years. And was at the beginning of the indexed annuity movement, which is almost taken over the fixed annuity world. And I've worked in the home office for a couple of decades. I've worked in the marketing company world for a couple of decades, and we were teasing a couple of us old friends a few days ago about how much has changed in the IMO marketing world in the last 25 years. It used to be a transaction business, and we made a sale, and rates were higher, and we didn't have income riders, and commissions and bonuses were bigger. And today it's a much more corporate distribution. It's much more investment oriented, and it's much, much more regulated. I think all because it's that much more important to the public.
Paul, tell us about M&O Marketing. What's the mission behind the company?
M&O Marketing was among the very first of the IMO organizations recruiting independent brokers at the beginning to market long-term care insurance, quickly added life insurance, and in the 1990s added annuities, and annuities have become 80% of our business since. We're part of the Annexus Group and the Allianz Preferred Distribution and the Market Synergy Group. We're in these committed distribution groups because we have the special products they offer and the services, and we make the commitment to keep the business in good order and to train agents and make sure we do things right.
Yeah, Paul, before the podcast, we talked about the necessity of guaranteed income during people's retirement years. And I'm a recipient of 2 sources of guaranteed income. Number one, of Social Security.
Yes.
So the third Wednesday of every month, I wake up, I roll out of bed, Paul, and I check my Fifth Third bank account, and I see extra money in there. I jump up and down and dance and sing. I've got uses for that money, but it makes me feel good. It makes me feel good.
So you call it extra money. That's not what most people call it. They call it
No.
their money.
Yeah, well, I'm still working, so it's not money I really need. However, though, it does give me a cushion. It's nice to receive.
Yes.
Additionally, I receive a surviving spouse benefit the first of each month. So I've got a couple of sources of guaranteed income, Paul, which I'm definitely real excited about.
Yep.
Uh,
Terrific.
I think the miserable people during retirement years are those people that just have assets, not guaranteed income like annuities. So, Paul, let's talk about annuities. You have an annuity you call Secure Horizon Plus.
Yes. This is from North American, an A-plus best rated company. Product was designed by the Annexus Group, and those of us who are Annexus distribution partners make this
Mhm.
product available. Our industry has trained many agents and advisors how income riders work. You've got the annuity as this interest producing engine, and on top of that, you often put a guaranteed lifetime income benefit, which pays out a lot of income over time. And if you live so long and run out of money, it still pays. Well, that benefit base times your payout, that machine can be used for death benefits. If you grow this bigger number, this benefit base, that can be the benefit paid to beneficiaries. It can be a long term care benefit. And in the case of this annuity, it's also a Social Security supplement. I'll call it that. This this annuity has a bonus on the benefit base to begin with, and it credits 200% of any indexed interest earned to the benefit base. And if you see Social Security reduce benefits by 3% or more, you can you can take that benefit base over 12 years.
I don't understand that, Paul. I'm a Social Security consultant. So explain it to me in language. I picked up a book. Forgot what it was. Something for dummies.
Yeah,
But I
annuities.
forgot what it was. So
Right.
explain it to me as if I'm reading that book, please.
So your benefit base might grow by 6 or 8% a year. And 10 years from now, Social Security might cut benefits.
Okay.
And your $200,000 annuity premium today might be $500,000 benefit base in 10 years. And if Social Security cut your $3,000 a month benefit by $100 only, you could take your annuity $500,000 benefit base over 12 years,
Okay.
which would be $45,000 a year.
So define benefit base, please.
Um, the annuity has its account value, the money you put in, a
Okay.
bonus, and the indexed interest growth.
Okay.
The benefit base is the additional value that is used as the benchmark for your Social Security benefit, your enhanced death benefit, an enhanced annuitization benefit, and it's the base for your Social Security benefit.
So when you say if Social Security benefits are reduced by X, what do you mean by being reduced by X?
Well, everybody knows what X is because the Social Security Administration tells us that number annually, I
They
think
say about
starting at age
20%,
60.
20% in 10 years.
If you had a 3% reduction in your Social Security benefit, what Social Security said was your benefit, you would be able to turn on this much higher benefit base in your annuity and take
Okay.
that money over time, 12
So
years.
so it protects you against a drop in benefits. Is
Yes.
that 3%? Is that like a an annuity maximum drop? Could it be higher than that?
Well, if Social Security's projecting, the trustees said,
Yeah, right.
if we don't solve the problem, they'll cut benefits 20, 23, 25%. If
Correct.
they cut my benefits 3%,
Hmm.
I would be able to turn on my annuity and collect the full benefit base.
Okay.
Might be $500,000 when my account value was only 350.
Got it. So it's a one way to protect recipients in future benefit decreases,
Yes.
cuts. And,
Yeah.
who knows what's going to happen, Paul, in 10 years? I turned mine on in June of 2022. And will they cut my benefits in 10 years when that $2.8 trillion trust fund is gone? I have no idea, but it's nice to know there's an annuity you can turn on that type of rider in case when necessary.
If you don't need that rider, suppose
Yeah,
they figure this out and they make the kids and grandkids pay more than they make us
yeah.
current recipients, you would let the annuity continue to run, and
Hmm.
that benefit base is a death benefit or an income benefit or a long-term care benefit,
Got it.
as would be appropriate in your situation.
So, do you believe, Paul, that folks, recipients that are taking this product, this annuity seems like it's really appropriate for anybody receiving a Social Security benefit to protect them about future reductions in their benefits. Do you agree?
Yes, much of the Social Security based marketing to the public is seminar driven.
It is.
There is more than that, but most of the seminar audiences are 55 to 70 years old. Most, especially if they're Social Security seminars, they haven't claimed yet, and they're obviously worried about it, learning about it because they're at the seminar,
Yes, they are.
and a calculation of their benefits or helping them obtain information from Social Security Administration is part of the service offered, but we can protect against that eventuality.
So, should folks consider the Secure Horizon Plus annuity uh, years before they begin Social Security, or when they begin Social Security, or afterwards?
It's an excellent question. It's probably better if it's um,
Hmm.
before
Sorry.
you claim. But the real issue is, when are they going to cut benefits?
Well,
Right now, that's 10 years. So
yeah.
if this is going to hurt you 10 years from now, then you're a good prospect.
Okay.
Even if 5 years, you just don't get as much help from the annuity because the benefit base hasn't hasn't grown for 10 years, only 5.
I don't expect benefits to be cut within 10 years. Yes, Congress doesn't do anything fast, do they?
Right? They don't.
They should. They should do what they need to do. Uh, we believe, there's only a couple ways to make the system more solvent. That would be to reduce benefits. It also would be to increase taxes. Now, when we talk about reducing benefits, Paul, we talk about extending full retirement age, delaying it to maybe age 70, maybe delaying the first age you can collect, which is currently age 62. And
Right.
of course, they're doing away with, restricted app, even though you were able to get in under that, that magic birthday of 1/154. So, with my thinking that Congress, not Social Security, they don't make decisions, but Congress will move their full term earnings out to age 70. Would that result in the using of the Secure Horizon Plus benefit?
Well, it's a simple benefit. It's a simple insurance qualification.
Okay.
Did they cut your benefit? And they would say, show us.
Okay.
What was your projected benefit last year? What is it this year? If this year's 3% less,
Okay.
you're eligible to turn on that benefit.
Okay.
But even having that benefit, you may not turn it on.
Yeah, you may not use it. Right.
The benefit works four ways,
Yeah.
Death benefit, long-term care,
So, yeah.
annuitization. So,
right. And so that's kind of what I'm thinking, that I tend to believe, this is my personal decision, of course, Social Security probably won't cut my benefits. That's my feeling.
right, I
They
agree.
will do some stuff along the way to make the system more solvent, but are they going to say, Mr. Kiner, we're cutting your benefits by X%? Probably not, but they could. They could. But even if they don't, the Secure Horizon Plus annuity has other features available that I would be able to utilize down the road. So it's not like it's just a one feature or one benefit type of annuity.
It's one of the differences between the annuity business today and 25 years ago.
Yeah.
We weren't a planning business to speak of once upon a time and have become so.
Yeah.
And now Social Security knowledge is part of the planning process. Calculation of claiming strategies is part of the planning process. And so the products give you multiple options. So you don't have to see the future. You can sleep well that you can use this annuity benefit in the way that's most beneficial to you.
So, Paul, do you believe, somebody, let's say between the ages of 66 and age 70 would be good candidates for the Secure Horizon Plus annuity?
Yes, very much so.
Okay. At what age would you not want to consider an annuity? 75 or 80? Or I don't know much about the annuity business. That's kind of why I'm asking you.
Yeah, well, it used to be you thought annuities were, a grandparent's product. Once upon a time, that's what they were. And the banks started selling annuities and they became an accumulation product. And they didn't have income riders often. And so it was just a safe money way to grow your business with protected principal. We have annuities. We have many annuities can be sold to clients who are 90 years old.
Okay.
If you're that old, you probably don't need an income rider. And you probably can't get a long-term care benefit, but you could probably get a death benefit on top of that. You certainly have a safe place. And, a lot of old annuities that people don't want to cash in because of all the taxes. So they want a simple interest rate annuity at that age just to continue without tax.
Isn't there like a tax provision, like Section 1035, where you could exchange annuities?
Yes.
Am I right? Yeah.
Yes, you're right.
Do you see that happening in the industry?
Yeah, only on days that end in Y.
Okay.
It happens all the time. And in the variable annuity business, I don't know, 3/4 of all the sales are replacements. So they're 1035s or qualified transfers.
Okay.
In the fixed indexed annuity business, might be 60% are transfers from one kind of annuity to an indexed annuity.
I see. So
in the guaranteed fixed rate business, probably 50%. So
1035
rollovers.
So 1035 exchanges, or well, I guess they're rollovers, are very prudent and frequent in the annuity industry.
Yes. And they're all supervised by the suitability requirements and staff at the home office. So they make their own judgments whether this is a benefit or not. And if it's not a benefit, there's no sale.
So, Paul, how can folks contact you to talk about the Secure Horizon Plus annuity?
Our phone number is 800-228-5964. 228-5964. My email address, pretty simple, paulmc@mando, MANDO marketing, mandomarketing.com.
So you don't spell out your last name and your email address, do you?
It's too much like a form of encryption.
Yeah, it would be tough. People will kind of screw that up, I'm sure.
Right.
And also, M&O is currently recruiting new agents, right? New reps?
Yes, we're always looking for the financial professional who we can help grow their practice. Typically a retirement planning practice, but it might be a general practice, life insurance, and might be investment advisory services or security sales as well. So,
Would folks connect with you directly, Paul, to talk about, not folk, I'm talking about agents and reps and advisors. Would they connect with you directly to talk about M&O?
Yes, they can do that.
And you're looking for reps across the country, right?
Yes.
What's your largest, what area do you kind of have the most agents in?
Well, a firm like ours, almost 50 years old, is most of our client producers are, within 300 miles of where I sit in Metro Detroit. So Michigan's our biggest state, Ohio's our big state, but Interstate 75, which I think Marc, we call it the escape route because Michigan goes to Florida by that road. And so we have a lot of Florida business also.
I'll be darned. You also how do you get to Canada?
Well, you can just stay on 75 until you get to Canada.
So 75 takes you to Canada and beyond and all the way down to Florida.
I think you can get to the highway to the Florida Keys, somewhere south of Miami on Interstate 75.
I'll be darned. So it does end somewhere along the way.
Yes.
Well, Paul, I found this discussion fascinating because I really do like the Secure Horizon Plus annuity. The fact that it has this rider in case Social Security benefits are cut. And we never know what Congress is going to do down the road. And in case Social Security benefits are not cut, you can still use the annuity for many different reasons, like long-term care. You could annuitize it. You mentioned a couple of others, Paul. Can you remind me again?
Well, a death benefit.
Death benefit. Well, that's true. Yeah.
If you own the product for 20 years, it might be $1 million plus number.
Mm-hmm. I'm with you.
That would be a valuable asset to your family beneficiaries.
Paul, thank you for being on our Social Security Talk podcast. I had a great time. Would you like to add any final comments before we conclude and go golfing for the day?
I endorse your certification as training that any retirement-oriented financial professional should consider. Having that expertise is valuable to clients and yourself, and Social Security is not going to be obsolete, no matter what happens to the trust fund.
Not going away. Over $1 trillion in benefits. Over $1 trillion in taxes come in each year, Paul. Those are the benefits that will be paid out.
Yes.
So it's based on that the trustees report says your benefits, if nothing is done to make the system more solvent, benefits will be cut by 20%. That's what they say. But I know Congress will act.
They have to do something because, there'll be revolution otherwise.
There will be. We don't want to see what's happened in France happening here, in the United States.
That's true.
Paul, thank you again for being on this episode of Social Security Talk. I had a great time.
Thank you, Marc.
Until next time, folks, thanks for listening. Bye.